Sauvignon Blanc, or Sauvignon Blanc, is a green-skinned grape variety from the Bordeaux region. Now you might wonder, in each video, when we go over a variety, I usually mention that the origin is from the Bordeaux region. So Carmenere, which is the variety of chili, you can check out a previous video, was originally grown in Bordeaux. So was Malbec, same from Sauvignon Blanc. So Sauvignon Blanc is grown in Italy, France, California, South Africa, and of course New Zealand. It's probably the most well-known white wine variety, along with Chardonnay. It's lighter than Chardonnay, so we expect a light body as opposed to a medium full body of the Chardonnay. It's much different than other white wines because of its, as we call it, green flavors. So Sauvignon Blanc means the wild white. So if you translate it, it means the wild white. It has a wide range of styles and flavors. For example, New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc is different than France's. Characteristics of this wine variety, we have a lot of herbs, so like notes, tastes and flavors of jalapeno, gooseberry, bell pepper. We also have floral, fruity notes. So Sauvignon Blanc is usually a dry wine. However, New Zealand and California, in these places, in these countries, many producers make it a bit sweeter to add a richer texture. So the acidity would be medium high. We also get notes of lime, green apple, passion fruit, kiwi, guava, nectarine. It's a very refreshing and lively wine. Lemongrass, celery and basil. So you should definitely try out this wine variety along with Chardonnay. They are in first place. So we can either age a wine or not. In white wines, we don't go for long-term aging, so approximately around 2 years. And when I'm talking about aging, I mean placing the wine in an oak barrel for around 12 months. Could go for 24 months, 2 years, depending on the wine. So oak flavors if the wine has been aged. We can also discover a little bit of vanilla, coconut, butter, nutmeg, cream. Now when serving this wine, ideally we want to reach 8 degrees Celsius for an unoaked, for a wine that's not been aged. And if the Sauvignon Blanc has been aged, it should be served at 11 degrees Celsius. So now, the specific bottle, the particular bottle, today's wine is a wine from New Zealand. The region is Marlborough. The vineyard is Cooper's Creek, and it's a vintage of 2018. So as of today, we're drinking it in summer of 2020. However, this does not mean that the wine has been aged few years. It just means that it's been harvested and introduced in 2018, and I'm just consuming it today. So this wine has not been aged. We have no oak here. So the color of this wine, of today's wine, it seems light. It's very smooth. It has a little flecks of gold, although the wine is very pale, almost watery. So that's why I'm assuming that it's very light. On the nose we have aromas of citrus. We'll also find a little bit of grapefruit, lemon. So it's definitely a summery wine, yeah. It's very fresh. It has a youthful nose. And the most interesting aroma that I discover in Sauvignon Blanc, and especially in New Zealand's Sauvignon Blanc, is the hint, the smell of fresh cut grass. This is just amazing for me. I don't know if it also works for you. And this is what I love about New Zealand's Sauvignon Blanc. So, I was actually trying to find another wine from New Zealand. It's called Wild Rock. Wild Rock. I highly recommend you try this out. However, I could not find it on the market. In my country, it's not so easy to purchase wide variety of wines from countries like New Zealand or South Africa. However, I did find a decent wine for today's video, Cooper's Creek. But nevertheless, if you come across Wild Rock, I highly recommend you try it out, and you'll really discover that smell of fresh cut grass, and you see how refreshing the wine will be. However, let's get back to today's wine. So, flavors of the wine on the palate. It has high acidity, mouth-watering acidity. This is how we can understand acidity. So, as soon as you take a sip, your mouth will produce high levels of saliva. This wine, however, is dry. I would say it's light to medium body. When we're talking about a body of a wine, let me just place an example here. So, imagine you're taking a sip of plain water. How does it feel in your mouth? Very light. Am I correct? Now imagine, and don't do this by any means, imagine you take a sip of olive oil or coconut oil. How does that feel in your mouth? It's heavier, I'm assuming, right? So this is what we mean when we're talking about the body of the wine. It's how heavy or how light it feels in your mouth. So this wine is light to medium body. What can we pair today's wine with? By now I think you can actually suggest this to me. We've reviewed, I think, over 3 white wines in our channel, and it's pretty obvious that any white wine, well, to begin with, any wine in general, goes with Jesus, obviously, so that's a no-brainer. But every white wine would go well with seafood. Also, you can actually enjoy this with a nice salad. And the reason for enjoying it with a salad is because salad also has high levels of acidity. So you want to pair and combine this. So a high acidity in the wine, high acidity in the salad. That's why it goes well. Sauvignon Blanc finally also goes extremely well with goat cheese. Try this out. So it's time to rate this wine. I would give it around 81 points. Great job from Cooper's Creek. Great job for New Zealand producing excellent wine. If you're going to try out a wine from New Zealand, I recommend you go with a white wine. If you want to try out a red wine, maybe go for a slightly aged wine from Italy or France. Or if you want to visit the New World, you can go with Chile, Argentina. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I had to record over the video because we had some unexpected sounds as we were filming outside. However, let me know what you think. Let me know if this works for you. And I'll see you soon. I would also love if you could recommend some other countries that you want to review. Talk about wine from other countries. Or maybe even give me some ideas for future videos. Till then, all the best. I hope you've been enjoying life. I hope you're well, having fun, and drinking lots of wine, always responsibly. Enjoy.